Hello there, students. Welcome back to our English class. Today is Writing Day, and our lesson is on legends. Things needed: your reader's and writer's notebook and your pencil. Our objectives for today: define a legend as distinguished from a folktale or myth. Identify the features of a legend. Now let's begin by reading a few questions. Who is Robin Hood? Is this a figure you've heard of before? Was Robin Hood a real person? Why does the legend of Robin Hood persist? Now let's proceed to the characteristics of a legend. A legend is a story that is handed down from the past that is believed to be based on real people and events. Tells about a hero or a heroine with special powers and admirable qualities. Describes the hero's or heroine's struggle against a powerful force. Legends are also about good and evil characters. Has heroes, kings, and villains. Used to be passed on orally rather than written. May be based on an element of truth. Has an ending that summarizes the outcome. Usually refers to individual characters and often about a famous person, place, or a creature. Now we're ready to read The Legend of Picasbill and the Mountain Lion on page 328 of the Reader's and Writer's Notebook. The Legend of Picasbill and the Mountain Lion. As a young boy, Picasbill lived in Texas. When a neighbor moved in 50 miles away, his folks decided it was getting way too crowded. They hitched their cow and mule to their covered wagon and headed west. Bill, who was 4, sat in the back of the wagon. Crossing the Pecos River, the wagon's rear wheel hit a hole. Bill was thrown into the river. He shouted excitedly, "Wait for me!" But no one heard his cry. When his mom discovered he was missing, the family hastily turned back but sadly couldn't find him. An old grandfather coyote found Bill and brought him up. Bill learned to talk to the coyotes. As he grew older, he ran so speedily that he could outrun an antelope. He grew so strong that he could catch a buffalo. One day, many years later, Bill's brother Chuck came riding by. Chuck recognized Bill at once. Although Bill insisted he was a coyote, Chuck convinced him they were brothers. He persuaded Bill to journey with him to the ranch where Chuck was a cowboy. Chuck suggested that Bill ride on the back of the pony, but Bill refused. Instead, he jumped on a snake, sunning lazily in the grass, and rode it until they met a mountain lion. The lion jumped at Bill, but he fought back, vigorously pulling the lion's hair. After several hours, the lion begged Bill to stop. "Very well," said Bill, "but you must let me ride you like a pony." The lion agreed, using the snake as a whip. Bill continued on his way. At sunrise, several days later, Chuck and Bill rode up to the ranch. A man 7 feet tall, wearing a cowboy hat, greeted them. He took one look at Bill and said, "I've been the boss of this ranch for many years, but you're boss from now on. Anyone who can ride a mountain lion and use a snake for a whip can be boss here for as long as he lives." Now let's answer the questions. What exaggerated deeds of Picos Bill are included in the legend? He talked to coyotes, he rode a mountain lion, and he used a snake for a whip. Now, circle a part of the story that may be based on a fact. In the first paragraph, Bill, who was 4, sat in the back of a wagon. So it may be a fact. The second one is in the second paragraph. Crossing the Picos River, the wagon's rear wheel hit a hole. There you have it. That's the legend of Picos Bill and the mountain lion. Now let's recall the features of a legend. May be based on historical characters or events. 2. Invents or exaggerates the great deeds of a hero. Third, uses details to describe the fictional traits of the hero and is often part fact and part fiction. There you go. That's all for today. Thank you for listening.